All right, people, what is going on? What is going on? Thank you guys once again for all the support lately. It's been awesome. Hopefully, you guys are having a great morning. This is episode 263 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller, and over here we talk about Georgia Southern football. Also talk about Atlanta Falcons football. Not much going on the Atlanta Falcons end, so we're going to talk more Georgia Southern, and I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to give you guys a little different angle of Georgia Southern athletics as far as trying to honor some of the people who came back in the day and actually play some ball for us and see if they should get in the athletics hall of fame. You can nominate someone right now to be a part of that special class. I was noticing it the other day, and it's just something that crossed my mind, and I saw it on the website again earlier, and I was like, you know what, let's talk about this. Let's talk about a few players that could possibly get in this year. And I'll just give my personal opinion basically of who should get in and who, and we'll just go from there. So once again, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, that is awesome. Hit the like button, share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm hovering around 1,000 subs, and it's all thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it. If you're listening to this on the podcast avenue, give me a 5-star rating. Let people know what I'm doing over there as well. Share this, let people know that somebody is talking about Georgia Southern football. But shout out to all the other avenues or other podcasts that do it as well. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to put this program on the map as far as in the world of podcasting and making videos. So not enough Georgia Southern content out there anyway. It's a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into this. I was thinking about this not too long ago, because every year you can nominate some people to be in the Georgia Southern Athletics Hall of Fame, and I got maybe 2 or 3 names I want to talk about in this episode about who I think should get in. Now, if you want to know, if you don't know how to be considered to be nominated, you have to have at least 10 years since you've played, if you are a player, 5 years if you're a coach, administrator, athletic official, and supporters are eligible immediately. That's kind of interesting, but nevertheless, I'm basically going to talk about the football side of things, because don't get me wrong, I'm just a football head. I don't follow, and this is something I need to work on. I don't follow Georgia Southern, like basketball or baseball or golf, even though I love golf. The soccer team, the rifle team. I don't follow them as much as I should, but I noticed that they're doing very well. For the past couple of years, they've been doing really good. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how that evolves, because I think I'm going to continue to try to get into those form of athletics as well, because like I said, I'm just a football head. I love basketball and stuff, but I'm a football head. So for the most part, I'm going to be talking about football players who I think who should get in this episode. So I'm going to get into that, and I think it's going to be really interesting. And if you're, like I said, if you're listening to this on the podcast avenue, not the podcast, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this on YouTube, let me know in the description who your thoughts. Now, mind you, they have to be 10 years removed if they're an athlete. So with that being said, like people like Matt Breida, which I think he's going to be in. Jerick McKinnon, I think they're going to end up getting in. It's still too early for those guys. But you got like 2 or 3 people, like I said, that that's probably going to give you some thought. So I'm really interested into getting into this. Now, the deadline for I think the deadline is March 11th, so we got plenty of time. We got almost 2 months until we actually can nominate somebody. So that's going to be pretty cool to actually have the time to really think about it, or whatever the case may be. It's not big rush or anything, but I think this is a pretty good time to actually talk about something like this. So I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you my opinion of who I think should make it into the Athletics Hall of Fame, and I want to know your thoughts as well. So I mean, if I'm crazy, if I don't know what I'm talking about, let me know. If you think I'm on point, or somebody that'll be a better fit, then just let me know. All right, so the first person I wanted to talk about, that I think that should get in is and I'm surprised he's not in yet, is J.R. Revere. Now, I want to make sure before I say anything, I don't think he's in yet. I'm looking. I wanted to make sure everybody who's been, J.R. Revere. I think J.R. Revere should be a nominee easily, and I'm going to give you some stats of what he's done in his career. He's thrown over 2335 over his 4-year career at Georgia Southern. In a single season, he threw for 1247. And I think in also passing touchdowns, he's number 6, tied all time in for a career with 18 passing touchdowns. In a single season, he's thrown 11, and that was in the year 2000. And in a single game, he threw 3 against Chattanooga. As far as rushing yards, I don't see anything on here for rushing yards for him. He did not make the top 10, but I think with the overall, like what he's done in those in those categories, I don't see why he would not be a nominee. Like I said, once again, just for him being throwing for over 2,000 yards, and actually throwing for over 18 touchdown passes. And J.R. Revere was actually a pretty good player. I've really enjoyed watching him play throughout his career, because when I was watching Georgia Southern football, back then, just the speed and the way that he carried the ball and the way he commanded the offense was something to really watch, because, around this time he was actually the quarterback behind Adrian Peterson, because Adrian Peterson was playing around this time as well. So they won some national championships together. So this was a very, very good, potent offense that they had together. And there's nothing around it. Adrian Peterson's already in the Athletic Hall of Fame. Why wouldn't he be? You know what I mean? But since he's not, since Adrian Peterson's there, why not have a J.R. Revere? J.R. Revere was one of those guys that was electric, running the offense the way that he did, and it was it was something to watch. So I definitely think that J.R. Revere should be one of those guys to be considered, be nominated to the Athletics Hall of Fame. He's eligible, so that should be something interesting to see. Now, the next person I want to talk about is Chaz Williams, another quarterback that played for Georgia Southern. Now, with his stats, he's number 9 all time in passing yards at 2534. Also, Chaz Williams actually is number 3 all time in passing yards. In passing touchdowns. So he has 23, and also in a single season, he's number 2 for most all time for Georgia Southern with 13. Now, I want to make sure once again, because I double checked this already, but I want to make sure that Chaz Williams is not in all of it, because I don't want to be wrong, and I'm very particular about stuff like that. But nope, he's not in yet. So, like I said, I think that, from 2001 to 2004, especially that 2004 season where he ended up being number 2 as passing yards for the season. Also in a single game, he threw for 4 touchdowns against Elon. So, this is the type of things that I'm talking about. I think as a passer, he was pretty good for Georgia Southern. And that means a lot, because for Georgia Southern, we don't really we didn't have a big emphasis on passing the ball. But I mean, that's about to change. But I will say that I think he's another nominee that definitely could make it happen and possibly get in. Like I said, right now we talking about J.R. Revere, Chaz Williams. Those two guys right there, they're like really pretty much right behind each other for the most part. I just don't see how. I mean, how you wouldn't be. You're number 3 in passing touchdowns. You're also 13. You threw for 13 in a single season, which is number 2, and you threw for 4 in a single game. And there's other. He's also tied at number 4 2 times, where he threw for 3 against Western Carolina and he threw for 3 against Appalachian State. Yay! We always like to take it to Appalachian State. Also in a single season in 2002, he threw for 9 in 2002. So he's on the on the leaderboard. He's on the leaderboard a lot in a lot of places. Now let's talk about the rushing side of things. Now in rushing touchdowns, he has 62 in his career. Chaz Williams has 62 rushing touchdowns as far as from 2001 to 2004. So he also, in a single season, he's right behind Adrian Peterson at number 2 with 27 that he ran for 27 in 2002. I mean, just an electric player. Chaz Williams was back in, the 2002, 2004. I mean, these are the type of numbers that he put up. In 2004, he put up numbers where he ran for 25 more touchdowns in 2004. So he, like I said, he's all over the place when it comes to actually, putting up numbers. So I don't see where he would not be in. I ain't say not in, but I think he's deserving, but be nominated. I mean, you look at this, like, once again, let's go through his career one more time. 25-34, number 9 all time in the career for Georgia Southern. 25-34 passing yards. He also passing touchdowns. He's number 3 all time with 23 in a single season. He threw for 13 in 2004. Also, he is on in the record books for single games. In 2004, threw for 4 touchdowns against Elon. He threw for 2 times, once against Western Carolina and Appalachian State. And when you look at the rushing, the rushing touchdowns, when you look at those, he has 62 rushing touchdowns in his 4-year career. He has 27 in 2002 and 25 in 2004. So therefore, I just don't see where, you're just looking at the body of work. Why wouldn't he be nominated? I mean, it's just something I don't, know. I mean, what is it? I just, let's see. Let me look. I'm looking up something real quick. Give me 1 second. No. Okay, I was looking up something. Okay, we're good. Okay, sorry about that. The third person I want to talk about, and I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer on this. I just want to know your guys' thoughts. The third person I want to talk about, and I'm not really sure because he's only played 2 seasons with Georgia Southern, but he put up numbers in those 2 seasons, and I mean, he's done a very good job for us. And like I said, it has to be a 10-year gap until you can be eligible. And this is none other than Jabo Shaw, quarterback for Georgia Southern. He's number 7 all time in the 2-year career that he played. He's number 7 all time in passing yards. He's also number 7 in the most in a season with 1476. Let's see, where are we at? In passing touchdowns, he's tied for number 8 at 15. And he's in a single season, he threw for 10, which is number 5 all time. Jabo Shaw in a single game threw for 3 touchdowns against Elon, and I just don't see, like, the things that he's done. I mean, he actually played very well in the Alabama game. I do remember that, the Alabama game that we ended up losing, but we played very, really good. I mean, he was one of the reasons of the infamous Nick Saban rant about the tin horn, the tin horn reference. So I don't see why either of these three guys should not be nominated. I'm not really sure. Um, I don't see why not. I mean, J-Bo's only played 2 years, but he's put up the numbers to show. So this is what I'm thinking at the end of the day, where you're looking at these three guys that are actually eligible. You're looking at Chaz Williams, J.R. Revere, and you looking at J-Bo Shaw. These guys put up really good numbers, and for the Georgia Southern Athletics Hall of Fame, I'm not really in tune with the rest of the athletics like I should, even though I've been following this team like forever, or this school like forever. I'm like I said, I'm just a football head, and when I look at these games right here, or look at the games, when I look at these players and I look at the team, these three guys right now, as far as eligibility to be nominated, they stick out like 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 a sore thumb, to be honest with you. Once again, we're looking at a J.R. Revere who's done very well as far as top 10 in passing yards. Also, he's in the top 8 when it comes to passing touchdowns, and he's top 4 when it comes to single season. And he's on the leaderboard. He's on the board with how many times he's thrown a touchdown in a single game. Like I say, he threw for 3 against Chattanooga. Same thing with Chaz Williams. He's done it in 3 different times where he's on the record books as far as throwing touchdowns in a single game. Chaz Williams probably has the most illustrious resume right now. I mean, when you look at this, like I said, he's on the board 3 times. 3 touchdowns against Appalachian State, 3 against Western Carolina, 4 against Elon, 23 passing touchdowns, 13 in a single season, 25-34 in a career. Also, when you look at his rushing yards, not rushing yards, but rushing touchdowns, 62, only behind Adrian Peterson, and also in a single season, he ran for 27 rushing touchdowns, which is 1 behind the great Adrian Peterson. And he's also number 4 when it comes to he's tied at number 3 when it comes to rushing touchdowns in single season with 25. So he has like the biggest, the most illustrious a resume out of the 3. Now, when we're looking at the last person that we were talking about, I think when we talk about J-Bo Shaw, once again played only 2 seasons, 2709, and he threw for 1476 in 2011. He's also had number 8 tied for all time in passing touchdowns, and number 5 in with 10 in a single season, and he threw for 3 against Elon in 2011. So, like I said, I think any of these 3 guys could make it easily. I think any of these 3 guys could make it into the Athletics Hall of Fame, but we're going to see. I may put one of these guys in as a nominee. I don't know, but you can put those guys in as a nominee on the website. Just go to gseagles.com. Just go through. You can find it anywhere on there, the name of the nominee. They'll give you all the information that you have to do to submit a form for those guys to be nominated. I don't see, I don't see why not. If you feel like you want to give any of these guys any credit, or you want to give these guys any way to be nominated, and by all means, this is the way to go. I may do it myself. The deadline, once again, is March 11th, 2022 at 5 p.m. And like I said, you just go to the website and you can do it that way. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I may put Chaz Williams up there. I don't know. I may do Chaz Williams. I may do that. So I don't see why not. Chaz Williams was pretty nice, to be honest with you. He was pretty nice. All right, that's pretty much it for me, man. I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. There's no Atlanta Falcons stuff to talk about today, but I thought it was a good time to go down memory lane to look at some of these, 3 of the guys that I think that should be in the Georgia Southern Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm probably gonna probably submit myself. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna submit myself per se, but I may submit a Chaz Williams because that if I had to, that's probably what I would do. So let me know what you guys think. Do you have anybody that I did not mention? Do you have anybody that I don't would not have thought? That's not even in football. Let me know. Now, if you're on the podcast side, you can follow me on Twitter at VFBaller. You can actually hit me up on Twitter and give me your thoughts and opinions. Or if you're on YouTube, just put it down in the description. Oh, in the description. Put it down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And okay, I think this will be a pretty healthy discussion, but we'll see how it goes. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow morning once again with another episode. You guys be blessed. Thank you guys for all the support. If you don't mind, give me a high rating on both of the platforms if you don't mind. If not, I'm just glad that you're listening. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Peace.